Hey everyone, today we're speaking with Slava Medvedenko, two-time NBA champion, Ukrainian American basketball player who played for Los Angeles Lakers and Atlanta Hawks. Hi, Slava.
Hi, everybody.
You were in Ukraine when the war started, right?
Yes,
Can you describe maybe briefly what was it like?
that was really bad. When this war is begun on February 24th, I've been in my apartment and heard loud booms. That's Russian rockets bombed my Kyiv city. Yes, my phone start ringing, and a lot of text messages comes in my phone, and that's how I understand war is begun.
What did you personally decide to do when you got this news?
I took the pause for maybe half a day, and I joined to our territorial defense battalion and in our neighborhood. In a peacetime, it's my neighborhood. It's close to 35 till 45,000 people live in my neighborhood, and I joined my territorial defense battalion, and we start doing patrol in the city. We build barricades, we organize our duty. So it was no time to scary, and a little bit late. After that, I sent my my children children sent to the west of our country, to my family on the west of Ukraine.
So, with everything that you've seen in the war, with all the terrifying things that are happening there, what's the scariest thing for you?
Scariest thing for me, probably it's dead bodies in city of Bucha. That's when we, after the months and a half or 2 months, our army did great job to push off the Russian army from the Kyiv, and we go to the Bucha because we know it's a lot of people just sitting in their basement, and they have no food and no water because Russian soldiers don't let them go out, and they don't let them food and water. And we put a lot of food, medical stuff, and we go to the Bucha, and I saw this empty streets and with dead bodies on the side of on the road, and I saw the cars just staying on the middle on the roads. I saw that bullet holes inside that cars, and I saw this just dead bodies inside the cars, and it was like sign kids inside. But Russian soldiers, it doesn't matter, they just shoot in these cars, and that car just staying for months and a half just in the middle on the streets. And when we just came, we're just like zigzagging on that stuff, and this mine, it was mining on the road, and like we going and just zigzagging that. And when you see this damaged and destroyed city, and you see how a war is go deep, and what war can do with people and with the cities, that's probably was the scariest thing I saw in that war.
Are you still staying in Ukraine right now?
Yeah, on my way to Ukraine. Just a week ago, we played charity games in Warsaw. Like it's like ex-basketball players, ex-Medvedenko players played against the rappers and the comedian. We played a charity game there, and that was good. Yeah.
You recently put two of your NBA championship rings up for auction. And obviously, this type of sports award is extremely precious for any basketball player. Can you tell us what made you make this decision in the first place?
That war shows the Ukrainian nation have to be united, and it's no time to think about money, and everything is we can do. We have to do it, and for me, that was the kind of I cannot say it easy decision, but it's kind of right decision. I have to make it because I have to show my Ukrainian country leadership. And after that auction, some Olympic champions, Ukrainian Olympic champions, they talked to me and asking to help how I can organize another one auction. They want to sell their gold Olympic medals. Maybe that's my leadership, and the people just understand the medals. It's a medals, but if you champ, you still champ forever.
Right.
It's not about the rings or medal.
Yes, I think that's a very important thing to realize. So as far as I know, this auction has already ended and it was pretty successful. Both of the rings were sold for a large sum of money. So can you tell us who was the buyer or the buyers?
I know only one buyer. That's he's a doctor in Los Angeles. And he bought. He is remember how I play and played in early 2000s, and he bought that, and he's write it on Instagram and say, yes, I bought it, and I keep that ring, and it ring in the right hands.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm assuming he's a big fan.
But second buyers, I don't know.
Got it. So I have another question. I know you had a pretty successful NBA career, and do you miss your time with the Lakers? And if yes, what do you miss?
There was different life. Everything changed, but I remember all that, and that's great warm feeling. It's nothing compared when you can play in the best league in the world, play ball and play not about money, play about you wanna play. It's the best moment in your life.
So right now, when all of that has happened in Ukraine, right, and the war is still raging through the country, has it ever crossed your mind to just go back to the States?
I had 3 proposals just right when the war began, but I declined it and I decided to stay in Ukraine. But one of my friends from Miami, second from the Texas, Dallas, and another one from the suburb of Los Angeles, they just asked me, you can just come to my house and stay as long as you need with your family, and no question. But I said thank you, and I feeling like I have to stay in Ukraine and just reserve your house. When we win that war, I will come and we'll celebrate it.
That sounds like a plan. My next question is about the NFT auction that you're running right now. Can you tell us more about it?
The NFT auction, it's kind of a new thing for me, but I want to say that NFT auction is licensed because we have agreement with NBA League, and that's officially licensed, and who's buy that pictures is gonna be official, and I think it's really cool. Nobody have it, and it's a very exclusive thing. So people who heard it, they have to go and buy it and help Ukraine.
Has NBA ever held NFT auctions before?
Actually, that's good question, but I think no, but I'm not sure.
Obviously, you are involved in a lot of projects to help Ukraine, but is there anything that you would want to do at this point, but you're not able to do it due to some reasons? Is there such a thing?
We actually planned another one charity game, but we don't know yet where it's gonna be. We're planning it or in Lithuania or in Latvia, and we wanna sell 3,000 tickets to collect money to we have like a famous sport gym, Avant in Kyiv, and it was bombed on the beginning on that war, and we want to collect as much as possible to fix the windows, to let the kids have a practice during the winter, because as you know, we have a cold winter in Ukraine, and we have to fix the gym to let the kids play inside.
For someone who is not that familiar with the war in Ukraine, can you maybe briefly describe what's the damage? What is the destruction that's being done?
I can tell you for sure, the Russians destroyed whole east of my country. They destroyed a lot of cities. I can't even imagine how bad is it. I've been in Chernihiv, been in Bucha, and saw this destruction. I can't even imagine how bad they just. I think they tear down the cities like Severodonetsk or Lysychansk. They just bombed it like Mariupol. I can't even imagine it. I don't have a word for that.
So, can you tell us a little bit more about your charity projects and initiative? What are you planning to focus your energy on?
Yeah, we have like two agenda. I have my foundation, and we collect all the money on this foundation. And two main agenda. It's to rehabilitate Ukrainian kids most affected by war in the camps, where have to be a psychologist and professional coaches, and they will working with that kids. But second agenda is to rebuild and restore sport gyms to help kids have a practice during the game, because like you know, it's hundreds schools it's totally destroyed, and 1,000 have damaged, and all the money our country is spent, it goes to the army, and last thing gonna be it's to buy sport inventory for the kids, and it's our second agenda to buy kids gear and some balls like sports balls, to give them a chance play ball and play games.
Yeah, that's actually a great plan, because I think that the war, it's obviously, I think, the most terrifying event that can happen in a person's life, but it especially affects children, because children are the least prepared and the least protected for something like that.
We have to understand the most what it's all about this war. We want to win in this war to have a future. Kids, our future. We have to do everything we can for our kids.
Yes, I agree. And my last question, it is a difficult one, but I have to ask it. Most Western analysts, most US analysts and politicians recently publicly stated that the war in Ukraine has entered a protracted phase, and it can last for a long, long time. As they say, no one really knows when it will end. So I'm just curious to hear your opinion as someone who is right there in the action. What do you think will happen next?
Definitely, Ukraine will win that war. And it's not just a word, because I see how our nation united, and every people they just united to win that. And all the world have to understand it's not all not just about the Ukraine and Russia. It's about the Poland, about the Germany, Baltics countries. If we fail, next will be Poland, then Germany. And if they think the price on the gas station goes up or bread costs more, they have to understand our people pay life for that. And as soon as they understand it, and as soon as they help us, they give us more weapons and more financial support. As soon we got that as soon that war it will be end. But I hope that war is over as soon as possible.
Yeah, those are great words. Thank you, Slava. We'll keep following the situation in Ukraine. We'll keep posting more updates and more coverage. So please make sure to subscribe to our channel to stay tuned for any new videos. And thank you, Slava, for taking your time to speak with us today. I know it's not easy in the circumstances that you are in. We wish you to stay safe, and we wish for this war to be over soon.